Hi, this is Jeff Spence, your Math 135 instructor for the Community College of Denver, and this is our video presentation over how to insert various mathematical symbols and formulas into a Word document. So we're going to do the Word part first, and then I'll do a separate video for the Excel stuff. So I just want to show you basically how Equation Editor works. It's a big, nice thing that's in Microsoft Word nowadays. That's part of the software, and it makes uh, various equations and mathematical symbols look really nice, and that's how I write most of your tests. Although you guys don't have much algebra, but when I had algebra stuff and how I write your formula sheets from this equation editor. So to access the equation editor on a Mac, you go to Document Elements, this tab, and then you click the pi symbol. If you're doing it on a PC with Windows, remember when we did this at class, I went to the Insert tab, which was the next one over, and then click the pi symbol. Once you click the pi symbol, it'll give you basically a box, which is an object, to put in any type of symbols or templates that you want. So there are a lot of symbols over here. The plus and minus is a popular one for our confidence interval, which I will be using later. And I can scroll down this list and find some various Greek letters. This is a lot more than actually what Microsoft had, but the various Greek letters are on here, and so we'll find those and use those if you need like a mu, or you can just type a u if you can't find it. So let's start with some basics of the templates. We're going to use the fraction template, the script template, the radical template, and the accent template. Let's start with scripts, because actually pretty much everybody's going to have to use this. More often than not, we're going to need a subscript, which is this one, the second one option here. Everybody's going to need a subscript because they're going to have to tell me what their null hypothesis is, and that's h sub 0. So I type the h in the big box, the 0 in the little box. Remember, if I press equal right there, the equal will be down in the subscript. We don't want that, so I'm going to backspace. To get out of that, I just press right arrow key, and then I'm out, and I press equal, or sorry, I want to do semicolon, and then I might need to do like mu equal to 5, or p equal to 0.50, or that, how about p1 is equal to, say I lost the equation editor. If that ever happens, you can just go to Document Elements or Insert and click the pi symbol again. And I need p2 here, so I use another script. Depending on your option, you're going to have a different null and alternative hypothesis, but that kind of covers all the possibilities for the null and subscripts as well. So you will have to use subscripts, for your alternative hypothesis as well. And also when we write a z-data, I'll show you that real quick when we do the formula below. But everybody's got to be comfortable with scripts. So that's our first one that I talk about. Then, let's see here, come on. We're back. So some other things that you're going to have to know are the accents. Most people are going to have a p hat. So if you need a hat, that's your accent right there. You can use that, p hat. Or some people are going to need a x bar. So accent, the bar is this one right here. And you can type x bar. And if you need a script, you actually need to do the script first. So if I was trying to do like a, oops, sorry, get out of that one. If I was trying to do an x1 bar, I'd have to go back to the equation editor. Then I need to do the script. If it was like a p, sorry, and then when I'm in this template right here, then I do the accent for the hat, and I'll put the hat over it. So it would be a p hat 1 or something like that. Okay, so that's your accents and scripts that you'll need for this. Then you're going to have to do your confidence interval formula, put the numbers in the confidence interval formula, and do some sort of test statistic. which I have the formulas that you could possibly use for options A and B. The other options, C and D, I don't have the formulas on here. I'm just expecting that you can basically learn from this process and still be able to put the numbers into your formula. So one of the main ones is the confidence interval formula here. And let's say you have a p hat of 0.35 and you want to do plus and minus. So I keep losing that. Plus and minus 1.96, which is your z, times the square root. So I'm going to show a little times here, and then, or you can use a dot, but that's just the easier one. And I want to do a radical, so I pick this radical, but inside that radical I need a fraction, so I click inside that template and put the fraction template inside. And then I can type my 0.35 in the top times 1 minus 0.35 over, say, 100. Okay, this one's pretty similar. All you need to do is just type in the numbers for this one and, you know, work with some fractions. So let's say you have a mean of 4.5 plus and minus a t-score of 2.032, say, times a fraction of, say, I don't know, 12.34 over the square root. So we have to insert a radical symbol of, I don't know, 50 or something, however many you sampled. Okay, so that's how you're going to do your confidence interval formulas. Just got to be comfortable mixing between the fraction and the radical, or sometimes we have fractions inside of radicals, and then sometimes we have radicals as part of fractions. So that happened here. So if you need to basically do a z data, remember we're going to use our subscript. So if I do document elements, go to the pi symbol, and I need a subscript first, so I choose that, type in z data, then do equals, and now I'm going to need the fraction template. So I start with the fraction template. In the top, you can have, say, 0.35 minus 0.5 or whatever your numbers are. In the bottom, we need to do some work. First, we need to insert a radical template, but inside that radical, there's also a fraction. Click that in there, and then you can type your numbers. So that's pretty much it as far as what you're going to need to use on these, on Equation Editor. All your symbols are going to be here, and all your templates are going to be here. You will have some errors when you first try this. And remember, the first time I did a p hat, the hat kind of extended over the equal sign. Just play around with it. You are meant to learn the system a little bit. It's not just you're going to know it right away or somebody else is going to do it for you. The idea is that I want you to learn a little bit about this system, and it's a pretty good way to type in equations into a paper. So remember, if you're going to turn in a paper or a draft or a final paper, to staple your rubric to the back, and hopefully you have some nice looking mathematical equations, and we'll see you next time.